Hello students, so welcome back to my channel. So in the previous videos we have learned how did the classical mechanics was a failure to explain the phenomena such as stability of atom and spectra of hydrogen atom or spectral series of hydrogen atom and photoelectric effect. And we have also seen that how did the quantum mechanics was able to explain all those failures of the classical mechanics. So in this session or in this video session we will be learning how did the classical mechanics fail to explain the phenomena known as the black body radiation, and how did quantum mechanics overcame the failure of the classical mechanics in order to explain the phenomena of black body radiation. So now basically let us understand what do you mean by a black body. So any body which absorbs all the incident radiation and re-emits the same radiation whenever the body is heated to a certain temperature. So this is what we call it as a black body. So black body means any body which is absorbing all the incident radiation which is falling on it and re-emits the same radiation whenever the body is heated to a certain temperature. So this is what we call it as a black body, and the radiation that comes out of the black body due to the temperature of the body, that is what we call it as a black body radiation. Actually strictly speaking, lamp black, that is any surface coated with lamp black, or a black there is any surface which is coated with a black paint will be regarded as a black body. But ideally speaking, there is no object or there is no any substance in the universe which is 100% black body, but ideally it is almost 98% bodies are will be having reflecting, that is a property of the black body. So this is what we call it as a black body, okay. And the Ferri's black body will be treated as a ideal black body. So about all these black bodies will be you have learnt in your previous semesters, okay. So now let us not look into that much in detail about the black body. Just we will look into the concept where how did the classical mechanics was a failure to explain the phenomena of the black body radiation. So now let us see what are the experimental observations or what are the experimental facts that we get about the black body whenever the black body is heated to a certain temperature. Now the observed experimental phenomena are, before going to this we have to plot a graph by taking the energy emitted by the black body per unit area per unit time. So which is nothing but intensity, okay, that is energy emitted per unit area per unit time. So it will be nothing but known as the intensity of the black body radiation, and we are plotting intensity as a function of wavelength, that is lambda, wavelength of the emitted radiation along x axis, and the energy emitted per unit area per unit time is along the y axis. So if we see that, or if I plot a graph between the temperature of the black body, that is for different temperatures of the black body, we will get a graph for intensity versus the wavelength like this. So here we have this graph for the temperature T1, and here we have another curve for the temperature T2 and another curve for the temperature T3, such that the temperature T3 will be greater than the temperature of T2 and which is greater than the temperature of that is temperature T1. So now let us list out what are the experimentally observed facts. So first let us see the graph. That is, in this graph we can see that the emission of the energy by any black body radiation is not uniform. It means that, see here we can see that the energy distribution is not uniform. So if you observe the graph or if you observe the shape of the graph, we can say that the energy distribution is not uniform. That means for different wavelengths the intensity or the intensity of the emitted radiation is different. That is, the energy emitted per unit area per unit time by the black body is different, okay. So that is, we call it as, that is energy distribution energy distribution is not uniform. So, this is the first experimental observation that can be drawn from this graph. Okay. Secondly, we can see that as the wavelength increases, as the wavelength of the emitted radiation increases, we can see that the energy is also increasing. See, here we can see that if you go on increasing the wavelength of the emitted radiation, if the wavelength of the emitted radiation increases, here we can see that the wavelength will be, the energy will be increasing, and it will be maximum for only one particular wavelength, right. So, and beyond this wavelength, as the wavelength increases, the intensity or the energy of the emitted radiation will be decreasing. So, this is the second observational fact that can be brought out from this experimental observation. That is, we can see that as the wavelength increases, as the wavelength of the emitted radiation increases, energy emitted or the intensity also emitted increases and is maximum for one wavelength, that is one particular wavelength, and decreases beyond certain wavelength, that is beyond this maximum wavelength. So, this is the second observation that is been drawn from the experimental fact. And now let us see the third observational fact. That is, here we can see that there is the energy emitted will be maximum only for a particular certain wavelength. So, we can see that there is this maximum energy emitted will be shifting towards the lower wavelength side. Why? Because this is the origin. Okay, here we have plotted that wavelength is increasing. See, here we can see that as the temperature increases, okay, as the temperature increases, the maximum energy will be, or the maximum intensity will be shifting towards the lower wavelength side. So, that is as the temperature increases, that is as the temperature of the black body increases. So, the maximum wavelength where the energy emitted will be maximum wavelength, the maximum wavelength will shift towards the lower wavelength side. So, this is the third observational fact. And the last observational fact is, that is, if we calculate the area under each curve for any particular temperature, the area under this curve will get you the total energy emitted per unit area per unit time. That is, the area under each curve will get you the total energy emitted per unit area per unit time. So, these are the experimental observational facts of the black body radiation. Now, let us recall once again, that is, first one we have, that is the energy distribution is not uniform. That means that, see, from this graph we are extracting the results, that is the observational fact, that is energy distribution is not uniform. Why? Because as the wavelength of the emitted radiation increases, okay, the intensity or the energy emitted per unit area per unit time of the black body also increases. So, that means it does not emit any radiation with a constant wavelength and with a constant intensity. Okay. So, that is the first observational fact. So, that is at a particular temperature, it may be T1, T2, T3, anything, okay, at a particular temperature, here we can see that as the wavelength of the emitted radiation is increasing, here we can see that the intensity of the emitted radiation also increases, and it is maximum only at a particular wavelength, and beyond this maximum wavelength. As you increase, as the wavelength of the energy emitted increases, as the wavelength of the emitted radiation increases, the energy of the emitted radiation also goes on decreases. So, that is the second observational fact. See, and the third observational fact is that as the temperature increases, okay, so the maximum wavelength is getting shifted towards the lower wavelength side. See, here we can see that this is the particular wavelength, okay, so where the energy emitted is maximum for a particular temperature, right. So, for particular temperature T1, here let us consider the maximum radiation emitted will be having maximum intensity at a wavelength lambda 1, and for temperature T2, here we have the maximum energy at a wavelength of lambda 2, and for temperature T3, here we have lambda 3 as the wavelength for which the energy emitted is maximum. See, if you observe that peak, okay, we can see that the peaks of or the wavelength for which the energy emitted is maximum is getting shifted towards the lower wavelength side. So, this is the meaning of the third observational fact, that is, as the temperature increases, what happens? The maximum wavelength shift, that is the maximum wavelength at which the energy emitted will be maximum, is shifting towards the lower wavelength side. Okay. So, this is the third observational fact. And next we have, there is the area under each curve, or it may be for temperature T3 or for T2 or T1, that is, as the area under each curve will give the total amount of energy emitted per unit area per unit time of the black body. Okay. So, these are the observed experimental observations. Now, we have to see how will the classical theory, or will the classical theory will be able to explain the phenomena of the black body radiation. Okay. If not, then how will the classical theory will fail to explain the phenomena of the black body radiation. Now, different theories or different empirical formulas were provided by different scientists in order to explain the phenomena of the black body radiation, or in order to explain the experimental facts about the black body radiation. So, the first law that was given was Stephen's law. The first law that was given was Stephen's law. So, that is, according to Stephen's law, the energy emitted per unit area per unit time by the black body radiation will be always directly proportional to the fourth power of the absolute temperature of the black body. So, this is what we call as a Stephen's law. Okay. Now, if I remove this proportionality constant, so we shall include a Stephen constant, that is sigma, so into T to the power of 4, where the value of sigma will be around 5 into 10 to the power of minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin to the power of minus 4. So, this is what we call as a Stephen's law. So, that is, according to Stephen's law, the energy emitted by the black body per unit area per unit time will be always directly proportional to the fourth power of the temperature, okay, or absolute temperature of the black body. If I remove this proportionality constant, so we can include a constant that is called as a Stephen's constant, or it is also called as Stephens-Boltzmann law, Stephens-Boltzmann constant, that is sigma, that is approximately equal to 5 into 10 to the power of minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin to the power of minus 4. But this Stephen's law was not able to explain the observed phenomena or observed experimental facts of the black body radiation. So, therefore, this law also, or again the classical mechanics, will be a failure to explain the phenomena of the photoelectric effect. So, the next law that was proposed by the classical theory was known as Wien's displacement law. So, according to this Wien's displacement law, so he says that is, as the temperature of the black body increases, the wavelength at which it emits the maximum intensity of radiation or maximum energy of the radiation will be shifting towards the lower wavelength side, hence the name displacement. That is, it is getting displaced. What is getting displaced? That is, the wavelength at which the energy emitted by the black body is maximum, or intensity of the black body radiation is maximum. So, this will be getting shifted towards the lower wavelength side. So, so it is getting displaced, so therefore the name Wien's displacement law. So according to Wien's displacement law, so we can write that is the product of the maximum wavelength at which the energy emitted by the black body is maximum into the temperature will be always equal to a constant, that is the product of the maximum wavelength at which the temperature, at which the energy emitted is maximum, and the absolute temperature of the black body will be always equal to a constant. So where this constant is written as B and the value of B is approximately 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter Kelvin. Okay, so this is what we call it as an Wien's displacement law. Okay, and another law, that is Wien's formulated empirical formula for the energy emitted by the black body, which is given by the equation E is equal to that is a constant divided by lambda to the power of 5 into f of lambda into temperature. So that is he formulated, so this equation, that is Wien's formulated an equation for the energy emitted by the black body as energy emitted per unit area per unit time will be equal to a constant divided by lambda to the power of 5 into a function of, that is a term which is related or which is a function of temperature and the wavelength. So this is what we call as a Wien's law. Okay, but this Wien's law was a failure. Why? Because this Wien's law was not able to explain exactly the observed phenomena of the photoelectric effect. Okay, now let us see the Rayleigh-Jeans law. How did the Rayleigh-Jeans law was unable to explain the phenomena of black body radiation, there is experimental observed facts of the black body radiation. Now Wien's displacement law gave an empirical formula for the energy of the energy radiated by the black body as a constant. So this constant can also be written as A. Okay, so divided by lambda to the power of 5 and a constant. Okay, and there is a function of lambda and t. Okay, so this was the Wien's distribution law, or which was also called as the displacement law. Now according to this equation, so Wien's law or Wien's displacement law was able to explain the emission of the energy by the black body only in the shorter wavelength region. That is, Wien's displacement law was able to explain the emission of the energy by the black body radiation only in the shorter wavelength region and fails to explain the phenomena in case of the longer wavelength region. Okay. Hence, another attempt was made by another scientist by name Rayleigh. So, in order to explain the phenomena of black body radiation, so that is what we call it as the Rayleigh-Jeans law. So, according to Rayleigh-Jeans law, they formulated an empirical formula where the energy emitted by the black body radiation is given by the formula, that is 8 pi k into T divided by lambda to the power of 4, where K is the Boltzmann constant and T is the absolute temperature of the black body and lambda is the wavelength of the energy emitted and E is the energy emitted by the black body per unit area per unit time. So, this is what we called as a Rayleigh-Jeans law. So, this law was formulated on the basis of the law of distribution of energy, that is law of equipartition of energy. So, by using classical laws, so Rayleigh and Jeans formulated an equation, that is for the energy emitted by the black body radiation per unit time and per unit area as E is equal to 8 pi kT divided by lambda to the power of 4. But this equation or this law also fails to explain the phenomena of black body radiation. That means it could not explain the observed experimental facts about the black body radiation. And this Rayleigh-Jeans law fails to explain or it was able to explain the emission of the radiation only in the longer wavelength region, but fails to explain the emission of the black body, that is emission of the energy by the black body in the shorter wavelength region. So, this is what we call it as an ultra catastrophe. Okay, so this failure of the Rayleigh-Jeans law to explain the emission of the radiation in case of the shorter wavelength regions. So that is what we call it as ultra catastrophe. Okay, so but here we have to remember that both Wien's displacement law and Rayleigh-Jeans law was unable to explain the emission of the energy by the black body or the observed phenomena of the observed experimental phenomena. So Wien's displacement law was successful in explaining the emission of the black body radiation or the energy emission of the black body radiation only in the shorter wavelength regions, but it was not able to explain the wavelength of the energy emitted by the black body in the higher wavelength regions. So this was the failure of Wien's displacement law, and Rayleigh-Jeans law was able to explain the emission of the energy by the black body only in the longer wavelength region, but failed to explain the emission of the energy in the shorter wavelength region. So these both, that is Wien's displacement law and Rayleigh-Jeans law and Stephen's law, in general the classical laws, okay, or the classical electromagnetic wave theory fails to explain the phenomena of the emission of the energy by the black body. That is, the classical laws fail to explain the black body radiation. And next, since there is a failure in the classical mechanics, so we have to go for the another attempt to explain the observed experimental fact in the case of quantum mechanics. Okay, so now we shall see how will the classical mechanics try to explain the phenomena of black body radiation with the help of Max Planck quantum theory. So even though there were several attempts were made to explain the black body spectrum with the help of the classical mechanics, it was a failure. That is Stephen's law, Wien's displacement law and the Rayleigh-Jeans law. Even though we have many attempts were made to explain the black body spectrum with the help of the classical electromagnetic wave theory, in spite of all the attempts, so there was a failure. Now let us see how will the quantum mechanics or the Max Planck quantum theory helps to explain the phenomena of black body radiation. Now for the energy radiated by the there is energy density or the energy radiated per unit area per unit time, okay, as a function of frequency within the range, there is nu and nu plus d nu, as du of nu into d nu is equal to 8 pi nu square divided by c cube into 1 divided by e to the power of h into nu by kT into d nu. So this is the expression for the energy density of the black body radiation according to Max Planck quantum theory. In terms of wavelength, it can be written as u as a function of lambda into d lambda is equal to 8 pi. So in the place of nu square, I can substitute it as c divided by lambda the whole square, the whole divided by c cube, okay, and keep h as it is. In the place of nu, again substitute the value of nu as c by lambda whole divided by e to the power of h into nu by kT. In the place of nu, again substitute as c by lambda minus 1. So in the place of d nu, we have minus c divided by lambda square into d lambda. Okay. Now if I simplify, here we get u as a function of lambda, that is energy density, it is 8 pi c square divided by lambda square into c cube. I will take this lambda square to the denominator, and this is h into, again I will take this to the denominator, it is h into c divided by lambda into e to the power of h into c by lambda kT, e to the power of h into c by lambda kT minus 1 into c divided by lambda square into d lambda. So here we are neglecting the negative sign, as just we are taking the magnitude. Okay. So therefore energy density can be written as lambda is equal to, here we have c square and here we have one more c, so c cube and this c cube gets cancelled. So the remaining thing is 8 pi h into c divided by, here we have lambda square, here we have one more lambda square and lambda, totally we get lambda to the power of 5 e to the power of h into c divided by lambda kt minus 1 into d lambda. Okay. So this is or you can write this equation as d lambda is equal to 8 pi h into c divided by lambda to the power of 5 into 1 divided by e to the power of h into c by lambda kt minus 1 into d lambda. So this is the energy density of the energy emitted by the black body radiation in terms of wavelength. Okay. So now using this equation we can show that there is the Wien's displacement law and the Rayleigh-Jeans law are the special cases of this equation itself. So which proves that there is, if you apply the laws of quantum mechanics, we can show that there is if you consider the quantum mechanics, okay, it can explain the black body radiation spectrum. Okay. So what are the failures that were in the presence of classical mechanics? All those failures about the black body spectrum were resolved if you consider there is the black body is made up of, or the radiation is made up of continuous instead of continuous distribution of energy. If we consider that the energy is emitted or absorbed in discrete series, then we can explain the phenomena of black body radiation. Now let us show that there is this Rayleigh-Jeans law and Wien's law will be a special case of this particular equation. Okay. So now let us continue with this equation. So this equation can also be written as, there is energy density as a function of lambda. Let us write it as dE, that is the energy density for a small wavelength region, there is lambda and lambda plus d lambda, as dE is equal to 8 pi divided by lambda to the power of 4 into h into c divided by lambda kt into 1 divided by e to the power of h into c divided by lambda kt Srinath sir. Now let us rewrite this equation as dE, that is the wavelength, that is the energy emitted by the black body within the wavelength range, that is lambda and lambda plus d lambda, as dE is equal to 8 pi divided by lambda to the power of 4 into h into c divided by, instead of this lambda to the power of 5, I will write it as lambda to the power of 4 into lambda, I will multiply and divide by kt. Okay. So now if I cancel this, I will get back this equation. So into 1 divided by e to the power of h into c divided by lambda kt minus 1 into d lambda. Okay. Now let us put x is equal to h into c divided by lambda into kt. So therefore this equation will be equal to dE is equal to 8 pi divided by lambda to the power of 4. Now h into c divided by lambda kt is x into kt into 1 divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into d lambda. So just I am putting this h into c by lambda kt as x. Okay. So therefore this equation I can write it as h into c divided by lambda kt as x. So therefore here also we have h into c divided by lambda kt, so which can be written as x minus 1 into here we have d lambda as it is. Now if I consider the Wien's law, so Wien's law or Wien's displacement law is valid only in the shorter wavelength region. So therefore in case of the shorter wavelength region, we have, that is e to the power of x minus 1 is approximately equal to e to the power of x for shorter wavelength region. So we have e to the power of x minus 1 is approximately equal to e to the power of x. So therefore we have dE is equal to 8 pi divided by lambda to the power of 4 into x, okay, into kt divided by 1 divided by e to the power of x minus 1, it will be e to the power of x into d lambda. Okay. So if you observe this equation, it is similar to that of the Wien's displacement law. So where we have as a function of 1 by lambda, and here everything is a function of there is wavelength, and the since x is a function of wavelength and lambda since x is a function of wavelength, so therefore this equation will be, this equation can be reduced to the form of Wien's displacement law. Okay. See, for the longer wavelength region, here we have e to the power of x minus 1, which will be approximately equal to x. So in the case of longer wavelength region, so the e to the power of x minus 1 approximation will be equal to x. So therefore if I substitute this value in this equation, we get dE is equal to 8 pi divided by lambda to the power of 4 into x into kt into 1 divided by in the place of e to the power of x minus 1, it should be written as x into d lambda. Here x and x gets cancelled, therefore dE is equal to 8 pi kt divided by lambda to the power of 4 into d lambda, so which is nothing but the Rayleigh-Jeans law. Okay. So therefore we can say that with the help of quantum mechanics, we can explain the phenomena of black body radiation. Okay. So we'll be meeting you in the next video. Until then, thank you.